It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And all eyes are on Saquon Barkley. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the 49ers and the Packers. Next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
CD on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him. And if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Barkley's got the first down and more. Down the sideline to the 20. And they are not going to catch up. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, 49ers. And this spectacular season continues. Now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number very few backs have reached in the history of the NFL. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. And the 49ers are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Let's go.
Let's go. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again. It's second and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. Throwing on second down, Love. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Third down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Love. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Myles Garrett, the All-Pro, there to bring him down. On fourth down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. This brought in out past the 20. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line. Hill brought in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's going to tuck it and go. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3.
That is caught! What a job on the scramble. Touchdown, San Francisco. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the 49ers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead. And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line.
Automatic 1st down.
Ready up!
Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Love. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose, and recover.
And he will score. Saquon Barkley, touchdown, 49ers. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. And with that last touchdown, another milestone. He is the owner of the NFL record, the most total touchdowns by a running back in a single season. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. Love to throw it on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Check go.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Here's Love to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. 49ers offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, San Francisco. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate,
carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. Odds picked up by one of his teammates. 3rd and 9. Here's Love. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Here's their punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Here comes a return. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Uh-oh. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
And you talk about a guy who's been running with a purpose here in the first half, Mike. I mean, not only hitting the holes and accelerating.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. To the goal line and in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, 49ers. And with that touchdown pass, he draws even with the Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. Most touchdown passes in a single season. They share the record now with 55 each. On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the 49ers stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go. Go.
To throw is Love. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down.
And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And the Niners are going to get it back here just past the 35. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Mahomes on first down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him. They've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. This one complete to Hill. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Yellow.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He keeps it himself. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, San Francisco. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead. And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. A pair of first downs gives them 1st and 10 up at the 40. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. Second down throw for Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
An 11-yard loss.
This has been a clinic tape as far as how do you rush the quarterback. From all three levels, their ability to get the quarterback on the ground is pretty remarkable, and it's still early here in the game, and if this offense doesn't get going here and protect the quarterback, we could be looking at a record-setting performance.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at the 25. And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The Niners offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. That'll be taken in by Barkley. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Mahomes back. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's go now.
Now Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Go! Check go!
Throwing is Love. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Fall down these two. Fall down these two.
Now, Mahomes. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
1st down, 49ers.
To throw is Mahomes. And he finds Tyreek. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Now he'll run. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
More of the same right here, and you can see the numbers. They're really starting to pile up for the quarterback, especially on the ground here in the first half, Mike. And when he takes off running, you can feel everyone kind of hold their breath, both in terms of him being electrifying, but also the fact that they want to make sure he's not taking any unnecessary shots.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. Zay Jones, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head down to Nevada to check in on the Raiders in Las Vegas. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The rookie, Bo Nix, showing why he was taken in the first round. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson getting the job done again as the win moves his guys to a terrific 9-2 on the year. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Davis now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense getting set to get back. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, go.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. From the gun, it's Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. He'll take this in back at the 16. And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Open space inside the 10. And he will score again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, 49ers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the 49ers continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 49-0.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line.
On the ready. Let's go. Hot go.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Running is Jacobs. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Mike, so often we see when a draw play is called, so much of the success depends upon what look do you get from the defense. In this case, they dial up a blitz. It could be feast or famine. In this case, it's famine. The blitz runs right into the draw. They get stopped. No.
And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. Second half, and the defense continues to be item one in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick six here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Davis now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Jordan Love and the rest of the... They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Bronco 80.
Back to throw is, a loose football. The Niners have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And they will score again. This time it's the defense. And, Greg, this just adds to what has been a one-sided affair from the start.
Yeah, and on a day where it just seems like nothing has gone their way, this fumble return for a touchdown kind of just adds injury to insult. There's days, Mike, where you just don't have your best and the other team has the upper hand, and I think it's pretty clear today is one of those days.
The kick is good. Makes the score Niners 63, Packers nothing. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. A run up the middle with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9.
There we go, set. Hut, hut.
To throw is Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line. It stresses your quarterback. It stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
At the 41-yard line.
Yellow. Right side.
A 1st down throw for Mahomes. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Yellow. Right side.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, San Francisco. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers stretch things out even further.
Packers nothing. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line.
Ready, ready.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set up.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Brown.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts.
Yellow.
Tight end on the move left.
Right side.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that ball out of reach. Kyle Shanahan
play is under
not
review.
happy with that last call, and he's going to put out that red challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the 49ers will add one more onto their big lead.
Packers nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead. And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll run with Jacobs. And not a lot there. Only up to about the 41. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Go!
Here's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the...
Here we go. Ready?
Love to throw on 1st and 10. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their 2nd pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6, but to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the 49ers add on to their already sizable lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This returnable from the 4. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Packers offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 2nd down, Love. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes...
And with a flag down, he goes down. They get him for the sack, and that flag is probably on the offense as well.
Still 1st down.
Let's go.
To throw is Love. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick 6.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick 6 here in the 4th quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
On first down, it's Love. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Come on, set, hook.
Back to the air, it's Love. Now a loose football. But he'll gather it back in.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike, on that sack. He's fortunate. That ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
Ready.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to fourth down. To kick this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Niners offense ready to get back at it. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
On the ground, this is Barkley. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A gain there of 24 yards. First down, 49ers.
First down, 49ers.
Now, Jackson. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 42 yards. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You have have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in.
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. On for the extra point is Boswell. Now how about this? It's a fake. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
I just can't wrap my head around that decision, Mike. I mean, think about it this way. If you want to go for 2, by bringing your extra point unit on, you have to snap the ball from the 15. If you keep your offense on the field to go for 2, you get to snap the ball from the 2-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go, set.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Returnable from the 17. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Play action now. Jackson. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead,
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line.
Ready up. Go. Set go.
Love to throw it on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Love to throw. That complete to Jacobs. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.